All right, so we're here at the Blockchain Futurist Conference in beautiful Toronto. The sun is about to come out. Incredible skyline behind us. You can't see the pool right here, but really nice. So I'm here speaking with Ryan Berkun. Can you want to introduce yourself briefly?
Hi everyone, my name's Ryan. I'm the founder and CEO of Teller. Teller is a marketplace in DeFi for lending, and we're making DeFi bridge into its next generation of lending where it can actually power the real world. Empower financial services that we know today as consumers.
That's a big statement, so you're going to have to just expand a little bit on that and also tell us maybe a bit what's unique, or is it just completely unique?
Let's dive into it. So DeFi today started with a state of over-collateralization, which meant if you had an asset in crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you could borrow against it. You could get, for every $150 of Bitcoin, you could get $100 of cash against it. While that grew, the use case is amazing for those in crypto, but it's pretty limiting for those that are outside of crypto. If you think about the traditional world, it's actually the opposite situation. It's, I don't have money, but I want to use my identity to get access to money. Whereas crypto today has only been in a world of if you have money, then you can get more money. So we are able to bring fintech lenders and entrepreneurs, builders who are really good at assessing risk onto our platform. And they can easily create their own lending book. If you think of a fintech today, let's say a buy now, pay later program like Affirm or Afterpay. Today they have to go partner with banks. The banks wholesale lend to them, and then they go dish that money out to specific individual loans. Utilizing our protocol, you can source that capital not from the bank, but from DeFi. So someone like the next Affirm, the next buy now, pay later program, can source money from liquidity providers around the world in DeFi, and they can then turn around and go issue loans, and transparently all liquidity providers can see exactly where the money's going, which is a huge difference from the traditional world.
And so is this your first time at the Blockchain Futurist Conference?
This is our first time here.
First impression?
It is amazing.
You were just kind of dancing, you could hear the music.
This is the pinnacle venue, I think, for any blockchain event.
Hey, what are you guys trying to achieve here? You're here with your team. You have
we're here with the team. One of our teammates lives lives in Toronto.
Okay. Oh, where are you guys based?
We are distributed. We have no headquarters.
Okay. Where do you live?
I'm
distributed.
I'm also distributed. No, I live in Austin, Texas.
Oh, okay. Are you Canadian?
I'm not Canadian.
Oh, okay, you guys are an American company.
We are American. Yes.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
But, distributed teams across the world. That's why crypto's amazing.
And so what are you trying to do here? Why did you have to come to a Canadian conference when you have so many in the US and elsewhere?
So that's funny. We don't even think of it that way. I think boundaries are dissolving as it relates to crypto. When you think of where to be, Vitalik started here. Ethereum started here.
That's true.
And that's the core reason many of us are building in the space.
The first crypto ETFs.
There's innovations happening across the world, and I don't think any nationality should hinder us from meeting new people or expanding the crypto ecosystem.
And of course, we have warm weather now, thanks to climate change or not.
Amazing weather.
Nice. So, what do you think about the market right now? Because it can be a bit confusing for some people that, prices that were, let's say, Bitcoin in Canadian dollars was like $86,000, maybe 65 US, and now it's down to 20. I mean, it's still incredible that it is 20, right? I mean, out of virtually nothing. But I mean, for some people, it's either scary if you're in it and you lost a lot of money, or scary if you're on the outside and you're like, it's still, look at Luna, look at what's going on with all those platforms.
When I think of crypto, it's like a band. It's like a rubber band. And when you're in crypto, that rubber band stretches because of the volatility you experience. You get really excited and euphoric because the assets go up in value, and then they collapse. And this happens time and time again with crypto.
Like a natural cycle?
A natural cycle. And as your mentality to take this volatility, your ability to digest ups and downs expands like a rubber band, you stop really feeling it. And you just accept that you're here to support the future of how the world, the internet will change. And that's, for me, the most meaningful thing about being in crypto. I think many people get into it because of the gains, the opportunity to make money. But
speculation, that's fair game.
Speculation, it's fair game. But ultimately, crypto's a cycle. And like any economic cycle, there will be ups and downs, and people have to face those downs. And sometimes those are actually good for the industry because it weeds out those who aren't here for the right reasons.
Right.
So I personally love this downtime because you have builders and entrepreneurs that are in the industry for real reasons, trying to innovate and move the whole space forward.
That's what the NDAX CEO was just telling us right now. He's like, we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. We're super busy and kind of waiting for the market to pick up to make an announcement. That will be obviously more timely then. Any other thoughts on maybe events that are on the horizon that are for you as an entrepreneur, you know, things that you're really watching like a hawk? I'm thinking the midterms, I'm thinking regulation in general, I'm thinking the merge. I mean, I should let you talk.
That's a great question.
There's so many things, right?
As a crypto entrepreneur, there's so many different macro and micro events that affect your startup. And that's different than a pre-crypto entrepreneur, an entrepreneur working in SaaS or some Web 2 business, because you're just thinking about your current business and will people pay for it. In crypto, you're right. The users aren't as active in these downtrends, and political events can shape what happens in crypto. A specific example is what happened yesterday with Tornado Cash. So the US put the first cryptocurrency address on the sanctions list, which is wild to see. And now USDC had to actually ban specific addresses from using the token. They're blacklisted. So you start thinking now as an entrepreneur, will this affect what I'm building? Will this limit usability or adoption? And that's probably the most specific environment you want to think of as a crypto entrepreneur, is the regulation, not on the macro scale, not truly on the presidency or elections. It's specifically how are enforcements happening and coming after crypto-related companies.
In Canada, that would happen at the provincial level. Is that the same in the US? State level?
Yep. So
Mostly?
In crypto, it will be a state or federal. So there's federal branches. The Securities and Exchange Commission, so regulating, is this a security and should it be regulated as one? You have the CFTC and the commodities. So that's what kind of regulates the crypto industry to date. In the US, in Canada, provincial.
Well, and people follow what happens in the US, of course. I mean, that's kind of always been like that. And what's next for Teller Finance in particular? What can you share that people should maybe await?
Teller is live on Ethereum and Polygon. There are a number of fintechs today that have launched their own marketplace on Teller. If you are interested in looking for your next place to earn yield, some of these fintechs might be up your alley. If you are building a fintech or an entrepreneur,
that's when you come in.
That's where we come in. So come Teller, follow us. We are at UseTeller on Twitter. We are teller.org. And
do you have a Twitter yourself?
I do.
Who doesn't have Twitter in crypto, right?
I have Twitter myself.
What is your handle?
Ryan M. Berkun. RyanMBerkun.
We'll tag it in the post. So any final thoughts, any final message for those who maybe, again, are not involved yet and who you would maybe want to
say if you're not involved yet, this is the best possible time to get into crypto. Build while the market's down. Everyone's extremely friendly and giving in this industry. And you'll make not only a lot of friends, but you'll make something really powerful for the universe and the broader economy.
And to our Canadian audience, because we have a lot of Canadian followers, you know, Americans are not that scary, actually. They can be quite nice. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.